episode. I wanted to talk about my thoughts on streaming. I wanted to talk about what I think about streaming as a trend and how everyone wants to do it. And I think there's a lot of talk about, oh, too many people want to stream. Everybody want to do this. Like, it's not even gonna be like popping in like a year or two. Like, blah 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 blah. Hmm. Here are my thoughts that no one asked for. Um, I think that, well, streaming isn't new for one. Streaming is not new for gamers. Like, this is not something that's new. Um, I think people Gen Z should know this more than anybody. Social media and like how we consume content is only going to evolve. So we've been with sticking with YouTube. We had cable, and then here, then we have streaming services, and so we have all these different ways to consume all these shows and movies. And so then going from YouTube and then having like Musically or having like Vine and now TikTok, and then now Twitch is popping. Now live streaming is popping. I think what is I think with people feeling like streaming is like gonna be a burnt out trend soon, I think streaming is the start. People don't understand this is where it's headed. This is where content and like consuming, cuz me, I'm a person who loves live content. And I keep saying that I feel like people are underestimating how much people are loving the fact that I can tune in and watch my favorite creator live and interact with their stream and be a part of their stream. I think people don't realize how much people actually fuck with that. And we're not too deep into like TV shows and things anymore. I mean, as a whole, I think there's certain different shows that we like, or movies that are popular here and there. But for the most part, we're consuming podcasts and streams. That's it. And I think everybody hopping on it. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of like a little bit annoying to see people just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stream just because everyone is doing it and they don't put in any type of energy and effort. Like, I always tell people, if you're gonna do something that everyone and their mama is doing, how are you gonna stand out? That's the first thing I ask. How are we gonna stand out? I knew I wanted to stream for a minute, like for like 2 years. But I was like, bro, I can't just hop, like, turn on the camera and stream. Like, something about what I'm doing has to stand out. What about my stream is gonna stand out? Boom, my room. Pink room, fire ass lights, show concept. Get my friend to make me a fucking sign to put over my head. Like, get all these cute lights, get a nice vibe. Cool. So visually, nice camera, decent quality. So it's visually appealing, eye catching. Boom. Like, that was the first step. And then I went down the list for like, okay, for the actual streams, for what you see, for what you plan, like what do you want to do differently in your streams to stand out? And then I went down the list and actually thoroughly planned it out. This is also something I did for my YouTube as well. And so I think that, you know, people just naturally want to hop on trends and they don't want to figure out how to do something to stand out, or to figure out how they can implement their interest into that, right? So I personally feel like for example, I'm very interested in like film. Do you know how much I would pay every month? I would sub to someone who streamed and like reacted to movie clips and like we dissected movies from like a filmmaking standpoint. Do you know how fire that would be? There would be a whole section of film nerds who would love that. I wish people did more niche content and thought outside the box, especially when it comes to streaming. Because when it comes to streaming, everybody is just turning on a camera with the basic ass setup, with just a basic ass everything. And it's like, bro, I need people to start thinking outside the box at least a little bit, right? Even with your own personal niche, your own specific things. If you like writing music, do that shit on stream. Let people be a part of that. That's why I love seeing people record music on stream. I think that's fire. I love that. If you're someone who knows how to make things, bro, make whatever you know how to make on stream, and I don't know, figure out how to interact with your viewers in some kind of way. If you know how to fucking cook, if you cook well, do some fucking cooking streams. Like, do whatever your personal niche is. Even the gamers, I feel like the gamers should stick to gaming. But it's like, if you're not a gamer, don't force yourself to do stuff just because of just don't force yourself to do stuff just because you want to fit the idea of what you think a streamer should be doing or what you think a content creator should be doing. Do what works for you. Sit and plan. Think about your natural interests and make sure that whatever you're doing is authentic to you. So if you're going to stream and you are just thinking, okay, I just want money, or I just want to be like Kai or whoever, like, and you just turn on a bit like a camera with a basic setup, you go get a mic and a PZ just to sit there, you're wasting your time and money. People don't understand. Yeah, everybody can stream, but people don't understand how many more lanes could be opened up in streaming if people just were a little bit more creative. Just a little bit more creative, and just took a little bit more time to think about literally anything that you are passionate about or interested in, or that you nerd out about. You could incorporate into a stream, or you can incorporate into content in general. Everybody doesn't have to do desktop streams and just sit and just do nothing and just hope that money falls out the sky. You have to come up with a purpose. Find out whatever your purpose and your intention is and go for it. But also try to be creative. Think outside the box. Like, I had thought of this whole concept, this show, live podcast concept. I was like, bro, my setup has to be fire. I see too many niggas streaming with shitty setups. I'm sorry. And I'm not even saying that you need a super, super fire setup to be a big ass streamer. But it's just like, you know what? I put high quality energy, effort into everything that I do. It's not going to stop with streaming. My room is going to be dope. And even though it is not even too crazy, it's still very simple. But it's like, it was intentional. The title, intentional. Like, I took like the logo, intentional. Like, I just think people need to be more intentional about their content and with whatever they want to do. I think streaming is going to continue to evolve. I think we're going to continue to see live content evolve. Like, bro, these late shows on cable TV are getting canceled. Like, that shit is dying. Like, Twitch ain't going nowhere. Live streaming ain't going nowhere. YouTube ain't going nowhere. Like, this is the future. Streaming services where we consume all of our shows, TVs, Hulu, Netflix, all this stuff, it's not going nowhere. I don't know why people keep saying, oh yeah, Twitch is just a trend now. Everybody, da, 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 da. Like, bro, this shit ain't Musically and Vine and all of this stuff. We are headed in a live content, do it yourself, watching, doing everything from our phone. Like, if you don't notice, when it comes to content, everything is being very simplified. So we go from consuming things from a television to our phones. So it's kind of like, it's only going to be more beneficial for content creators because everything is just being a lot more simplified. So I think people have to understand, eventually all these people that's hopping on this streaming wave for the wave are going to, y'all are gonna like fizzle out. They're gonna fizzle out and no one's gonna see them or care about them. I'm not gonna lie, even some of the quote unquote bigger streamers, like some of these niggas are not, I don't want to say they're not gonna last, but it's like there's only going to be so much time that's going to go by before people are going to see that certain people really don't, they're just not that interesting, and they really just do shit for money, and they don't actually care about their community, their subscribers, and the people that have brought them to where they are. It's only a certain amount of time before people actually look at certain people and see you really aren't like, you actually don't really have any type of individuality. Like, you actually have no individuality at all, and you're like actually kind of just like mirroring other shit that you see, like other trends, and like kind of clout chasing. Like, you're not that funny. You really don't make that much original content. Like, you're kind of just floating, just kind of getting by. It's only gonna be a matter of time before people notice that all these people that hop on waves, that do shit for waves, even when it comes to making music, everyone who is not truly meant for it, who's not really about it, is gonna fizzle out. So it doesn't even matter if everybody and their mama want to stream. People gonna stop tomorrow once they realize shit ain't coming like this. Niggas is gonna quit. So it literally don't even matter.